podcast. I am pissed Saturday. It is March the 7th, 2026, about 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the Just Listen podcast. I'm pissed Saturday. And if you're not pissed, I don't know what's wrong with you. I wanted to talk today because there's been a lot going on. There's been a lot going on domestically and overseas. So I wanted to spread some information in regards to Donald Trump. We got a lot to talk about today. So come on into the channel, post your comments. If you're MAGA and you want to talk shit, you can get up out of here because I don't got time for it. Because you guys are filled with lies and propaganda. So if anybody from MAGA side wants to come on my channel, wants to talk their cash, then you can get up out of here. But this is an I'm Pissed Saturday, and I wanted to bring the attention to a couple of things. Post your chats. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I am working with my phone like always, and I have my microphone right here beside me. But I wanted to welcome you to the channel. Thank you for all my subscribers. Let me just go ahead and say that first and foremost. I appreciate everyone who subscribes to my channel because I have a passion to get the message out on my disdain for U.S. politics and my disdain for the things that are going on against crimes against humanity and so forth. So if you can hear me, post where you're from, post the news that you're receiving from your country in regards to the United States, Iran, Israel, and all the shit that has been going on here. Because there's a lot going on, like I said, domestically, and I'm going to check my chats here. Okay. Anyone? Okay. All right. All right. So I just want to make sure everything is straight. Far away. What's going on, Tennessee? Shout out to you. Shout out to you in Tennessee. I heard that they've been trying to do this this memorialization, making a Charlie Kirk Day in Tennessee. And we already know that Charlie Kirk is a blow in the wind. Charlie Kirk is a blow in the wind, and nobody cares about Charlie Kirk. The good people don't care about Charlie Kirk, but we know we have those fake Christians out there that don't care, that care about Charlie Kirk. And I could care less how they think about the man. Charlie Kirk was a racist. Charlie Kirk was he's a huge bigot, and he did not practice the faith of Christianity. He is not a true Christian. So anybody that wants to memorialize and think that Charlie Kirk was an actual martyr, it lets you know how they feel and how they are amongst people of all colors. Because Charlie Kirk was a racist. Charlie Kirk did not care about black people. He always linked crimes and per capita crimes to black people, when we know who are the people that actually commit crimes at a higher rate. White males commit 78% violent crimes at a higher rate that I'm going to talk about here momentarily. But let me know what state you're from, because like I said, I want to know where you live, where you're from, because, you know, when it comes to understanding politics and civics, there's a lot that we can all learn from each other. So what I want to start off with, and let me know if you can hear me okay. Let me know if you can hear me okay, because like I said, today I am using my microphone. Johnny Leach, race baiting? No, it's not race baiting. It's telling facts. It's telling truthful information. So like I said before, if you think that Charlie Kirk was a good man, then you can get off my channel, because that lets me know how you are in regards to your feelings amongst people of color, your feelings amongst individuals who practice the true Christian faith in comparison to the lies and the propaganda that people provide in the United States. So here we go. I want to talk right now about several different topics, because we already know that with the information that we're getting, we're not getting much information in regards to the situation going on in Iran. I want to say it correctly, Iran, whatever you want to call it. But the situation going on in Iran, there's been a lot of suppression when it comes to people who disagree with Donald Trump and the Trump administration, Pete Kegsbreath and Marco Rubio and everybody that is saying that, oh, we're not in war, but we're in war. We're not in war, but we're in war. Let's get it correct here. Let's get it correct. The United States is at war or in a war with Iran. And if that wasn't the case, then there wouldn't be attacks on tankers in the Strait of Hormuz. But like I said, we will go on. We will talk about that here momentarily. I wanted to talk about Donald Trump and his MAGA cult, who they voted for him based off of lies. And, we have some 3-time voters. We have some independent voters that voted for Donald Trump. Shame on you guys. Shame on you guys. But there was some things that Trump campaigned on that is not taking place. So back in 2024, when he was campaigning and became the president in 2025, here are some things that I have in regards to the list of Trump's lies. And there are many of them, trust me. There are many lies that Donald Trump has said over and over and over again. So now the MAGA 3-time voters are pissed off at Donald Trump. Black people, people of color, people that think consciously told individuals over and over again to not vote for Trump, that Trump is lying to you. Trump is playing you, because when it comes to being in the bag, Donald Trump is quid pro quo. And what that means is Trump is going to say, what can you do for me? Now, me as a middle-class citizen can't do anything for Trump because I don't have the capital to be able to donate to Trump, or to be able to say, oh yeah, we're going to give you some money like Mark Zuckerberg and Home Depot for the East Wing destruction, that there is no construction taking place right now with the East Wing. Shame on the individuals that voted for Trump, knowing that in his first term, he was confirmed to have lied over 30,000 times. In his first term, he lied about the election and had January 6th insurrectionists going to attack the Capitol to hang his vice president at that time, Mike Pence. These MAGA cultists were going to hang the vice president that was second in command to Donald Trump. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when you have a person that continues to lie, that continues to tell lies and lies and lies and lies and lies and lies and over and over again, how can you continue to trust a man? How can you continue to trust a woman? I'm going to let you know this. I don't hang with liars. I don't rock with liars. When somebody's fooled me once, shame on them. Fool me twice, shame on me. A fool can't be fooled a third time, because guess what? You're not going to be fooling me again. But a lot of the MAGA base who are finally starting to wake up and cry about the shit that's taking place. A lot of the MAGA base is upset with Donald Trump because Donald Trump has not done anything for the American citizens. He has been in the bag for Israel. He's been in the bag for Bibi, and they are playing him like a puppet. And he's right along with it. He's right along with it. Trump's lies. And trust me, if you know some lies too, throw them in the comment section. Throw them in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed to my channel just yet, what are you waiting on? Subscribe to my channel as well. Trump said that there will be so much winning for the American people, that we will say, oh, we can't handle this winning. We got to stop all this winning. We're going to be winning so much with Donald Trump, right? This was in the 2024 campaign. This was in the 2024 campaign where Kamala Harris was sounding the alarm to the American people and to the world. Kamala Harris, the black woman. You can say whatever you want to say. The black woman was sounding the alarm about Donald Trump and his plot and plan to destroy America and put us in another war. Donald Trump was projecting. He was projecting that the Kamala Harris campaign, her and Tim Walz were going to start us in World War III. And look at where we're at now. So we're going to continue on these lies here. I want to read a comment really quick, but like I said, welcome to the Just Listen podcast. I welcome all good people here. If you lie, I'm going to just disregard you and I might block your ass because I don't have time for the bullshit. I'm over the BS. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You know, we are building a movement here on this channel. And I thank everyone who has already subscribed to my channel. Share this with your family and friends because they need to know this as well, especially those individuals that support Trump, who are starting to realize that Trump is not for them. Far away, when they don't claim war, the military, aren't covered by their insurance. So my question, are these service members covered because of what's happening? What I can say is my brother, he served in the military, and I'm going to talk about that experience as well. He served 25 years in the Army. He's a master class sergeant. And with him, let's just talk about the veterans, by the way. There are VA hospitals that are closing. Doctors that are leaving the VA hospital network to where our military troops are not being able to get the assistance they need. They're not being able to get their prescriptions. They're not being able to get their CPAP machines. And they have to drive very far out to find a doctor that takes their military plan. And a lot of our veterans, which we know that this administration does not care about the military, and the Republican Party do not care about the military as well, because they didn't want to pass a bill in regards to providing additional aid to military members who suffered, injuries, suffered from brain damage, suffered from cancer, from the burn pits back in Afghanistan. Excuse me. So I wanted to continue on this Trump thing. I wanted to continue on, and give me a second here because I'm about to get ready to block somebody. Boom. Yes. The first Avenger, 92,000 more jobs were lost. But I want to talk about that too. And I have a video that I'm going to post later today in regards to that. So here we go. Donald Trump not only lied about so much winning for the American people, that he said that he didn't know about Project 2025. Now, if you guys have been following or paying attention to Project 2025, it was the dismantling of all government programs, all government systems. It was the dismantling of the Department of Education. It was the dismantling of the healthcare services. It was the dismantling, while throwing in Doge, of the governmental processes and the governmental employees that were working for the IRS, that were working for the Department of Children and Families, that were working for these programs that are supposed to help the United States continue to flow and run respectfully with the money that we use as our tax dollars to make sure that the American people will be able to have some type of safety net. So that's what Donald Trump did. He said, I don't know about Project 2025. There are some things that I agree with, but there are some things that I disagree with, but I don't know about Project 2025. And somebody posted in the comment section. Who's the guy that was part of Project 2025? Brendan Carr. Brendan Carr, who is he's head of the FCC now. There is corruption on top of corruption on top of corruption with this administration. And people that knew that this was going to take place, aka black people, said, you know what? The 92% of women and the 78% of black men that voted for Kamala sat back and said, you guys got this now. You guys wanted to vote for Trump on the economy. We're going to sit back and we're not going to protest. We're not going to do any of that. It's you guys, the ball is in your court now. So Trump lied about Project 2025. And this is what I'm going to continue talking. I'm going to continue talking about the lies that Donald Trump imposed on the American people, as well as the world, man, as well as the world. And it pisses me off. And that's why on this I'm Pissed Saturday, I wanted to shed some light on the continuation of the lies that come from this administration. I want to continue to talk about that because this administration is so corrupt, being the richest administration ever to hold an office of power. If you look up, you have millionaires and billionaires part of this Trump administration. And if you go down the list of the individuals, you will see that there are 100 millionaires, almost billionaires that are destroying our country because they don't give a damn. They do not give a damn about us, American citizens. It is all about the money for them and their generations and their family members. It is not about being able to help us out here. It is not being able to make sure that the American citizens can keep up with the inflation. So remember when Donald Trump said that he was going to stop the war in Russia and Ukraine day one? I remember when he was sitting there with Sean Hannity and he was saying that I'll have the war with Russia and Ukraine over. And he always does this like this gay ass hand stuff here, the gay stuff. No, hey, listen, if you are a person part of the LGBTQIA community, I love you. Don't know what I apologize if maybe the word gay offends you, but I'm referencing Donald Trump. I have no problem of a person's sexual preference as long as they treat people right, as long as they respect people, as long as they give love to people. I have no problem with you. But he didn't stop the war in Ukraine and Russia. Vladimir Putin is still fighting a war against Ukraine right now. Donald Trump has been in the office for over a year, 365 plus days in office, and he has yet to stop the war in Ukraine. But he's also begging for assistance and aid from Volodymyr Zelensky after him and JD Vance tried to make Volodymyr Zelensky their stepping stool. He's asking for assistance to help with assistance from Ukraine to help slow down the ballistic missiles that Iran is sending or shooting off at our other foreign allies like the UAE, Dubai. So there was another lie there. This one's going to get you here. This one's going to make you think. Donald Trump said that he was going to have gas lower than $2. He campaigned on lowering the gas prices to $2. And the average gas right now has shot up thanks to Donald Trump on behalf of Israel. It's not real. Gas is shot up because of the illegal arsenal of missiles and bombings that Donald Trump, Marco Rubio, Pete Hegseth, Howard Lutnick, Scott Bessent, Caroline Leavitt, Tulsi Gabbard, Stephen Miller, all of these individuals did. Operation Epic Fury. The hell? There are young women and children that have lost their lives in Iran. Over 150 individuals lost their lives in Iran, with 100, I think it was 145 or 150 children lost their life in Iran. Now, I want to ask MAGA this question. If you are so much for pro-life, how the fuck can you celebrate us taking out children in Iran? That's not pro-life to me. I understand that Ayatollah Khomeini was a bad individual, was a bad man, corrupt in Iran. But this attack took out innocent people. So that's crimes against humanity. That pisses me off too. That pisses me off. I understand that there may be the United States trying to do a particular regime change and shit like that, but they bombed. They killed women and children in a school. Let me continue on because my blood pressure is raising up, and I promise you, I am not trying to raise my blood pressure up, but it just makes me so upset on this Saturday. And I've been upset with this administration ever since Donald Trump did not put his hand on the Bible in the inauguration. And if you agree with me, post in the comment section that you agree, that you've been upset too. Things have not gotten better in the United States of America. Things have not gotten better. So I'm going to continue because like I said, I don't want to talk on one subject, but I want to continue with this Trump's lies that I've recorded thus far. Do you know that Trump campaigned on 50% decrease on car insurance? He campaigned on 50% decrease in your car insurance. I haven't seen it. My car insurance went down a couple of dollars because my wife and I, we drive safe. We don't, thank God forbid I get a speeding ticket, but we've been extra careful whenever we're on the road. We've been very careful, but Donald Trump campaigned on 50% car insurance decrease. And I can hear MAGA now, oh, he's only been in the office for a year and 3 months. Give him some time. No, fuck that. Fuck that. He's been in office long enough to get things better in the United States. Y'all complained about Biden and the economy and inflation and everything under the sun when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and the Biden administration had to get us out of a pandemic that affected worldwide. It just was not the United States. This was not an epidemic that it happened in a centralized location. This happened around the world. But some fucking MAGA nuts, I was about to say, excuse me, guys, excuse me. The MAGA nuts decided that they wanted Biden out of the office because of the economy. Well, we had the fastest growth in the economy under Biden. And we're going to talk about the jobs here momentarily. We're going to talk about the jobs. But I don't want to hear a fucking thing. I don't want to hear a damn thing about the economy when you voted for Trump, who has never been good on the economy. When Donald Trump got in office the first time, he got in office because of, hey, he's a businessman. He's a businessman after bankrupting 6 casinos or 6 businesses. We need to change how our politics is. We need somebody different than these politicians in office. He's a businessman. And he gained his economy off of Obama, off of a black man who had to, be friendly across the Republican aisle because old man Mitch McConnell said that they were going to do everything that they could to make Obama a one-term president. There was no bipartisanship with Obama trying to bring America back from one forever war. And now here we are again. Let me continue on with these lies. Donald Trump campaigned on lowering grocery prices. Across every metric, grocery prices and your essential goods have gone up. They have gone up. Listen, I'm just going to be open and transparent with you guys. I work out. So, sometimes my clothes, well, my underwear, that is, get stretched out and I need to replace my underwear. Now, I know this is too much information, but I'm not going to get super nasty or anything. So my wife was like, you going to get these underwear replaced because they frazzling and my legs, when I do squats and everything, the inner part of my thighs, they get a little bit bigger from working out, right? And she's like, you gonna replace these? I said, I'm gonna have to wait until next paycheck because underwear, I don't know about y'all, but underwear, I used to be to get the Fruit of the Loom boxer briefs, and they were like for a 5-pack several years ago, they were like $15. Them things are like $23 now. I literally have to look at where the cheapest underwear are at because these things are expensive now. But our groceries are expensive as well. I mean, my son, he loves grapes. He loves, there are 2 fruits that he loves. Well, let me rephrase that because he switches. Kids are off and on. My son loves grapes. And I went to Publix, even though Publix is expensive. And I bought like 2 pounds or something like that of grapes. These damn things were $10. $10 for some grapes. And oh, you guys, listen, you're in for it now. And I'm going to tell you why you're in for it here pretty soon. Trump said that he was going to end the conflict in Israel. But we know that Miriam Adelson, Jared Kushner, and the Kushner family, Bibi and Donald Trump want to take over the Gaza Strip, build casinos and hotels for it to be a vacation area. And my Palestinian brothers and sisters who are in the United States that voted for Donald Trump, where are we at now? My question is where is Jill Stein? Jill Stein is missing in action, you guys. She's missing in action. Where is Jill Stein at? I don't want to hear a damn thing about the Green Party. I don't want to hear a damn thing about, oh, Jill Stein is doing this and that and whatever. I haven't seen her on CNN. I haven't seen her in MSNBC. Hell, I haven't even seen her on Fox News. Where is Jill Stein? People are being G-sided. I don't want to say the word because I don't want YouTube to ding me. You know, hopefully YouTube does not start to become like TikTok, because we need independent media. We need facts on the ground, because we know that there is a propaganda out there to protect, not protect us, but keep us away from real news and information. But where is Jill Stein? You know, when Cornel West, and I like Cornel West, you know, we can't like everything about a politician, right? But I like Cornel West, and he was talking about the Palestinian people and all this kind of stuff. Where is he at? I haven't seen him on any kind of CNN panels talking about the genocide. It seems like the media is only wanting to cover what, you know, it seems like the media is trying to hide the information and shit that's going on in Palestine. And we know that it is decimated. It is decimated. I've seen videos from what was that? More Perfect Union. You know, I've seen videos from like the Midas Touch about Palestine and how decimated it is. I mean, it is rubble on top of rubble on top of rubble. And Bibi is continuing. He's continuing to do nefarious things, crimes against humanity in Palestine. I heard the other day, I was listening to Bold Perspective Politics, one of my guys, Mr. Red, and he was, you know, bringing this information to the forefront that during these Iranian strikes in Israel, that the Israeli government was telling Palestinian people to go to safe zones and safe areas, and then they were being attacked in these safe areas. So there is nowhere safe for the Palestinian people in Gaza. Donald Trump said that he was going to end the conflict, but he's not ended the conflict because there's still shit happening. We just don't know about it. We have to dig for it. And I have resources. Angry Male Vet, shout out to him. The Midas Touch. Tabitha Speaks Politics, shout out to her, that are bringing information relating to this, because we're not getting this from CNN. We're not getting this from Fox News. We're not getting this from MSNBC. We're not getting this from the channels that we're supposed to receive it from, because it's a propaganda network. Barry Weiss, Larry Ellison, listen, they're trying to take over all media. They're trying to take over all media because they want to push a specific narrative that the American people will say, oh, well, it's all right, it's okay. No, I'm not okay with that. I am not okay with that. That's why I do this. That's why we need more people speaking up on this bullshit, because the oligarchy class, the millionaire and billionaire class, want to control the narrative. They want to control the narrative. Let me push on here. Donald Trump said that he was going to lower the prices for homes. He said that he was going to lower the prices of homes. Here it is, 7 months now, 7 months. And there's a house over here on the corner in my neighborhood that still has a for sale sign up. Tampa, Florida. I'm in Florida. Tampa, Florida has the highest foreclosures There's 4 states in Florida, 4 cities in Florida that have a high foreclosure mark, and it's a red state. Texas, homes are not being bought because people can't afford homes. So how is he going to lower prices of homes? This is what there was a moratorium after the pandemic or during the pandemic for renters to have their rent prices frozen. There was a moratorium for renters to be able to keep their places, but we have many people out in the streets now. And there are many more that's out in the streets because people cannot afford to live. People cannot afford to live in the United States, the richest country in the world, but we have money to waste on wars. We have money to waste on Israel, right? Our tax dollars, my fucking tax dollars, my wife and my fucking tax dollars. Thank God my son is asleep. He's out cold. He stayed up late last night. My tax dollars are being wasted by this administration. Wasted from the top to the bottom, from Kristi Noem, and we're going to talk about her ass too. We're going to talk about her as well. To these illegal attacks and bombings of fishermen in the ocean, to the illegal attacks taking place in Iran from us, from the United States, our congressmen and women that are voting to continue to add billions of dollars to Israel. Oh, we want them to be able to protect themselves. We want them to be able, we want them to be able to protect themselves. And somebody post in the comment section, how many individuals live in Israel? How many millions of people live in Israel? It's not real. Please let me know that. Please let me know that. Somebody post how many million people live in Israel real quick, because I want to talk about this too. There's 9 million people in Israel, and we send them billions of dollars of our tax money. I think that the Congress just passed another 8 billion to Israel, and 8 billion to Israel, and they have 9 million individuals there. Yet we cannot feed our children in school. Yet we cannot provide housing for the unhoused here in the United States. Yet we cannot provide health care for our United States citizens. We cannot provide these things to our United States citizens because it's not Make America Great Again. It is not Make America Great Again in the United States, the richest country in the world. It's Make Billionaires Great Again. That's why they're wanting to propose these tax cuts for the millionaires and billionaires, thinking that it's going to be a trickle down. It's going to trickle down to their workers and everything. Bullshit. I call bullshit on that. My boy and I, whenever we thought something was bullshit and we just did not like it, or it wasn't something like, we would go out, we go out partying and everything back in college days. And whenever we felt like, okay, it's time to go, we would do this. Bullshit on this administration and bullshit to all the Trump supporters out there. Fuck you guys. Don't come on my channel talking shit. Matter of fact, come on my channel and talk shit. Boost up my algorithm. Boost up my algorithm, because I know, and the millions of people in America know, that you guys will move the goalposts for Trump and you will give him more time until he's in the ground. And then after he's gone, after the Trump name is no longer prominent in the United States, y'all be like, oh, he was a fucking terrible president. I hated everything he did. But right now, you'll continue moving the goalposts. And I know why you will. It's delusions of grandeur. All right, Trump's team. Donald Trump said that he's going to review, or he's going to have his team review every January 6th insurrectionist case, and he's not going to release the ones that did violent crimes on that day. But he pardoned every single one of them. Blanket pardon. I don't care if they ran people over whenever they were drunk driving. I'm going to let these criminals go. That's what Donald Trump did. And then when he was asked about that, this asshole was like, well, I'll have to take a look at it. Fucking lie. He lied right there. Oh, I'll have to take a look at it. I didn't know that we pardoned every single one. No, he knew exactly what the fuck he was doing. He knew exactly what the hell he was doing when he pardoned those insurrectionists, those 3%ers, those Proud Boys, those fucking racist, fascist, disgusting individuals that went to the Capitol on a lie. He pardoned every single one of them, and many of them have went back to jail or lost their life. They've lost their life because they either were trying to attack police officers, where they were either trying to do some other criminal things and they got caught up with that. That's what the January 6th insurrectionists did. They went, many of them went back to jail. Tammy Pierce, your profanity is a sign of low IQ. That's what MAGA say. MAGA always want to say or challenge somebody's intelligence whenever they're cursing. But I'm pretty sure that they were totally fine with Donald Trump cursing live on TV when he was frustrated about a question. I don't know what the fuck is going on. That's what he said on live TV. So I guess his IQ is lower than mine, because I am talking sense, and I am making sense to the many people that are watching my channel, that have subscribed to my channel. But I'll press on here. So Florida has a problem, guys. There, you hear the talks about the Florida man and everything, and I love my state. I don't love the politics. There is a lot of idiocracy in Florida, and there's a lot of things that Floridians do that don't make any sense. I wasn't born in Florida, by the way. I was born in Wisconsin. And when my wife and I moved down here, I can tell you this: we moved, back in 2015, and we've been blessed. We've definitely been blessed here. Just because you live in a place doesn't mean that you have to like the politics, because we still add to society. We still go and we pay our bills on time. My wife and I pay our bills on time. We're never late. When we go shopping at the grocery stores, we invest in this economy here. Anytime we go out and do something, put gas in our vehicles, that's investing in our economy. But we don't have to like the politics here. We don't have to like the politics. That's not what we have to do. We can love our country and still disagree with the things that are taking place in our country. Real talk. So some people commented here, and sorry guys, some people commented here like, just leave. Why the fuck do I need to leave? Why don't you leave? You didn't like Biden at first. Why didn't you leave? A lot of the MAGA people hated Biden, hated him, and they're still here. I don't need to leave. I'm added to the society. So, hey, I'm going to still be here. Do any government assistance answer honestly? That don't make any sense. See, low IQ. MAGA, the world, if they see a MAGA person with the hat on, if they see a MAGA hat on, the world laughs at them because they know how stupid MAGA is. MAGA is very low IQ. If you look at how the people who support Republicans lean, come on, people know this. You notice that they receive the most government assistance off of blue states, Florida included. Florida gets assistance off of blue states as well. But I want to talk about this January 6th insurrectionist here. This guy's name is Andrew. He just got life in prison. He was pardoned by Donald Trump from Florida. He's from here in Florida, and we get a lot of these. White man Andrew just got life in prison because he violated 2 young girls, and they were afraid to speak up. He violated 2 young girls with the promise, if they be quiet and don't say anything about it, that he was going to give them money from whenever he received reparations from Donald Trump. He promised them that he was going to pay them for the crimes that he did to them. If you have children, please protect your children. Please protect your little girls. Please communicate to them. Tell them if you feel uncomfortable with anything, please come to me. Andrew just got life in prison. Sentenced to life. Thank you, but he should be under the jail. And these are the people that support Donald Trump. Mind you, these are the people that support Donald Trump. They are not Christians. You know, in my heart, in my honest opinion, those that support Donald Trump and the things that he's doing is not divine intervention, that he is the second coming. He is Jesus Christ, because he's not. And he said it himself. And those Christians that prayed over Trump, beware of false prophets. Watch out for wolves in sheep's clothing. Those that pray for Donald Trump, when he said live on air that he doesn't think that he's going to get to heaven, the man doesn't even know anything in the Bible. He doesn't know anything about Jesus Christ's teachings in the New Testament. Yeah. So, you know, we got the situation going on in Iran, and I took notes, guys, because I wanted to make sure that this I'm Pissed Saturday flowed freely and flowed, you know, with the kind of structure, because I can go off on a tangent and I'll be all over the place. We're human. We do that. You know, when you have several different things that you're thinking about, you know, we have a whole bunch of things that we're thinking about. We'll just go all over the place. So I remember my brother served in the military for 25 years. And back in the 1990s or whatnot, I lived in Wisconsin. I was young. I was like 12, 11, 10 or 11 or whatnot. I'm an 80s baby. Shout out to all my 80s babies out there. Peace and love. And my mom and I were watching the TV. And this is when the first Bush was getting ready to start war with Saudi Arabia and Saddam Hussein. And we were watching the TV. And at this time, they had a reporter out there, and they had all our military troops and tanks. And it was dark at night. It was dark at night at this time. And the reporter was talking like, you know, we're here. We're just the battalion's waiting. We're trying to find out and see who's going to attack first or whatnot. And when we were watching TV, it was like, we don't know when this war is going to begin, but the reporter was out there. Like, he was out there in the forefront. And then you started seeing bombs go off. And my mother, we were looking because my brother was there. And we were like, here we go. My mother said, well, we're at war. And she started calling her siblings, letting her siblings know, because my brother was the only one that served in the military at the time. And she was saying, war has started. And she started talking to the family. And me being young and seeing that, I was like, oh no, because my brother, I love my brother. I was very close with my brother. He was a great big brother to me and still is to this day. Great big brother. And I felt scared for my brother because I didn't know if he was going to come home in a box. That was the first time that I experienced war under Republican rule. The first time. Now, let's fast forward to September 11th of 2001. September 11th of 2001, I was in my college dorm, sleep. Early in the morning, University of Louisville. I get a phone call from my then girlfriend, and she's bawling out, crying her eyes out. And she's like, we've been attacked. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm asleep. I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, we've been attacked. They attacked our towers. They attacked our towers. We've been attacked. And she told me to turn on the TV. And there on the news, it was showing when Osama bin Laden had some Afghanis, Taliban, hijacked some airplanes, attacked the World Trade Center, attacked the Pentagon. And you can see these airplanes running into the buildings. And that moment when Bush got the news, he was reading to like a first grade class. and he got the news. And he sat there. He sat there for, it seemed like forever he sat there getting the news. My school shut down that whole week. My school shut down. They put out a disclaimer. They had, emails sent to everybody saying everything's going to be shut down. Please be careful. If you're going out somewhere, please pay attention to your surroundings, because we don't know if there's going to be additional attacks in the United States. My university had to shut down. That was the second time a Bush got us into a war over oil. Here we are again. April of 2026. Get news. Donald Trump is always doing this shit when we're asleep at night. The majority of us are asleep at night, and shit like this is happening. Several missiles and bombs hitting Iran, bombing schools, took out Ayatollah Khomeini, took out a lot of his government officials, bombed for the sake of Israel. For the sake of Israel, Donald Trump bombed first. And this is what BB's been wanting for 40 plus years. Can you tell me how 40 years BB has wanted this, building on a lie about Iran building nuclear weapons, and they're 3 months away from attacking United States. They're 4 months away from attacking United States and attacking Israel. And then the United States attacks Iran. And of course, taking out Ayatollah Khomeini, Iran, I don't live in Iran. I focus on, what's going on in my country. And I understand that a lot of these dictators or strong, high communistic countries, that they are doing things to their people. But what's happening in the United States? Because things are happening to the people in the United States as well. Excuse me. Things are happening to the United States as well. And the United States is always peddling in somebody else's backyard for the sake of democracy when there's not democracy in the United States. Fuck that. Trump and his administration killed innocent women and children, men, grandparents, cousins, uncles, aunts, brothers, sisters. They started this war, and they're saying, oh, well, it's not a war, it's an operation. No, it's a war. You got, and United States started this on behalf of Israel. Now, MAGA is going to be stupid and say, oh, it's an operation in Israel. Israel didn't start this. The United States didn't start this. This was Iran that started this war. And just like I said before, there is a lot of idiocracy in this country. You can't call it for what it is. Call it for what it is. The war was started by the United States and Israel. United States started bombing first on behalf of Israel. It was like it was a pissing contest. BB called the United States and said, hey, this is what we're going to do. You're in or you're not. And then the United States will no, we're going to do it first. BB bounced back. No, we're going to do it first. Then Trump bounced back. We're going to do it first. It was a pissing contest to do something illegal. And guess what? Gas has shot up 60 cents, almost 70 cents in a week. Here in Florida, gas was $2.89 just last week. Now it is $3.51, and this is unleaded gas. See, people talk about the economy and they say, oh, gas is $2. But what about those individuals that get premium in super gas, and they have to get premium in super gas? What about those individuals that have to get diesel gas? How much is their gas? You see, some people look in a box lens when they don't see the bigger picture. So when they talk about gas is low, gas is $2.15. What gas is that? Is that unleaded or is that mid-grade? Every vehicle that my wife and I have takes mid-grade. Yesterday, when I went to the gas pump, I didn't get gas. It was $4 for mid-grade. in 413, 413, 418. They always threw out some odd ass numbers too, like 399.9 and shit like that. It was $4 for mid-grade gas. So tell me, did Donald Trump bring down and lower the gas prices? You know, the president doesn't control gas. However, what the president does in regards to illegal wars can dictate what type of inflation is going to take place, meaning gas. If Trump did not attack Iran first, if Trump just left Iran alone and tried to accommodate with, working out a new Iranian nuclear deal that he ripped up, he destroyed the Iranian nuclear deal where there was a sweetheart deal that Obama and them implemented. Obama and the Obama administration implemented an amazing deal to make sure that uranium wasn't being made in Iran. And Donald Trump fucked that up. Donald Trump jacked that up because he was jealous of a black man being better than him. And you MAGA nuts that want to come on here and say, oh, you're race baiting. Nope, I'm just speaking facts. I'm speaking facts on it. So you can cry me a river, bitch. Okay. Whew, man. Who's pissed on this Saturday with me? Please tell me. Please tell me. Who is pissed on this Saturday? Because I am pissed. And I noticed somebody said Trump derangement syndrome. You know what the Trump derangement syndrome is? Is that people will cut off their nose to spite their own face. And trust me, some of these individuals that come in YouTube and they have these YouTube handles, they don't live in this country. They don't live in the United States. I guarantee you. And if they do live in the United States, they will understand that things are not getting better. Things have gotten worse. 49% of people cannot afford to pay their rent, to pay their bills now. 49% of American citizens cannot afford to pay their bills. If anybody's been paying attention, there was a woman that had called into, I think it was CNBC or CNN. This woman lives in Minnesota. She said that she went to her doctor's appointment and her doctor said that you've lost 25 pounds. The doctor said you've lost 25 pounds. And she said that she was not trying to lose 25 pounds. However, she cannot afford to eat in America. She lost that weight because she couldn't afford to eat, and the small government assistance that she was receiving was significantly reduced under Trump to like $8 a month. You know, the average SNAP benefit that people may receive, the average amount is 140 something bucks a month. Yet we have people here in this country who still support a fascist, corrupt, narcissistic, pedophile. I'm going to just say it. Pedophile protector. That's what MAGA is. So anybody, listen, if you look in the comment section and you see any MAGA person saying Trump or they are for Trump, just type in the comment section, PDF protector. PDF protector. It is a criminal ring. It is a crime ring that took place with Jeffrey Epstein and all those people that went to Epstein's island. How about we get Melania Trump to come into a congressional interview or congressional hearing? How about she be interviewed about her relation with Jeffrey Epstein? How about that? How about she gets James Comer and all the Republicans who are protecting a pedophile and a pedophile ring to go ahead and do an interview with her? You seen what they tried to do to Hillary Clinton, Lauren Boebert's dumb ass. Dumb as a box of rocks. Lowen Bobert. Lowen Bobert. Very low IQ. At least Marjorie Taylor Greene was smart enough to get up out after she took our money. But Lowen Bobert, the Beetlejuice diddler, the Beetlejuice activity, who can't keep her son in control. Her dumb ass is going there sending some stuff to Grinder Benny Johnson that just jacked up pretty much the interview. And Hillary Clinton, what Hillary Clinton should have did in that hearing or interview or whatever, is Hillary Clinton should have said, I'm done. Nope, we're not talking anymore. We've been exposed. Goodbye. Peace. I'm done. Yep. Excuse me. Hey, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe to the channel. Give me some thumbs up. Post in your comment section. Please do. Like I said, we are moving. We're on a movement. There are going to be protests to take place. No Kings protests are coming up again. You notice that from 2021, when Joe Biden was inaugurated, there was one protest that took place, but nothing after that. The January 6th insurrectionists, that was their protest. But after that, you didn't see them forming a big old crowd of people to protest. You didn't see them, going to Texas and protesting in the streets for against Biden. Ever since Trump got into office, there has been protests, no Kings rallies. There are people out in the streets protesting Trump. There are companies that are allowing their employees to take off of work to protest Trump. And I appreciate that, especially in Minnesota. Shout out to my Minnesotans. I'm from Wisconsin. I'm from another cold place, even though I live in Florida now. The Qatari jet named Monuments One paid protesters. No, GIA 54 NYC. Who's going to pay for 1 million people to go and protest? How much money they're getting? This is not a who is the guy? This is not a George Soros campaign thing. People are protesting literally. And you from New York, I hope you're not a Trump fan, because Zoran Mamdani, shout out to him, is playing Trump like a fiddle. See, that's all you got to do for Trump. Oh, Donald Trump, you are so strong. Can I have $15 million for my city? Yes, you can. I'm going to give you $15 to build your roads, $15 million to build your roads. Zoran Mamdani is playing it smart because he knows that he's a fascist. He said it in the Oval Office that Donald Trump is a fascist. And still, Donald Trump gave him what he needed. How you like those apples? I want to talk about this. Have you guys ever heard of the word swinger? You ever heard of the word swingers? Somebody post in the comment section if you have. It's a term called swingers. Anybody know what that is? Sid Life, what's up, my man? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well, my friend. That's Kristi Noem. Kristi Noem and Corey Lewandowski are swingers. Just the same as probably Kristi Noem's husband. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not a swinger, okay? My wife and I are not a swinger. It is husband and wife for me. My wife is my only. I don't need any other woman in my life besides my mom and my mother-in-law. But anyone physically, I don't know. Nope, I ain't doing it. I ain't messing up my beautiful marriage. Kristi Noem is a swinger, guys. Corey Lewandowski is a swinger. Both of these people are married to two different people. In my opinion, they are swingers. I didn't say singers, Gia. Listen with your ears. Swing like a baseball bat. Swingers. Swingers are individuals who have an open marriage and they have sex with other people outside of their marriage. And that is what Corey Lewandowski and Kristi Noem are. They've wasted our tax dollars for their sex pad, in my opinion, on an airplane. They wasted our money, our tax dollars, to get their grind on. And Kristi Noem is fired. Donald Trump couldn't handle that she's wasted 220 million of American dollars on some bullshit, terrible ads about being in the country. And if you want to come here to our country, you come the right way and you'll be an American citizen and we'll take care of you. Donald Trump didn't like that. And a lot of the things that Donald Trump said that he didn't like, it's the same thing that he is. It's the same thing that Donald Trump is that he didn't like about what Kristi Noem did, spending our money. And there's other individuals that are using the U.S. tax dollars. They're using U.S. tax dollars to spend on themselves. Who's the woman? I forgot her name, but supposedly she used tax dollars. She used our American tax dollars to fund her birthday party. She's part of the administration. These individuals are robbing Americans blind, and they're destroying the world and getting us into World War III as we speak. All right, I'm gonna just get rid of some people. They're destroying our tax dollars. They are taking our money. I don't know if anybody filed taxes yet. Anybody getting a return? My mother-in-law, and this is personal, my mother-in-law is having to pay back, and she's retired. They're robbing us blind because they want to keep the millionaires and billionaires rich. They want to continue to enrich the millionaires and billionaires who they don't even drive to the grocery store to see how much the grocery prices are. They don't fill up their vehicles. They have their assistants fill up their vehicles with a AMX card that is completely paid because we pay it. These corporations, same thing with these corporations. Same with these corporations. They are taking our money. And Sid, like, man, I appreciate you. Yeah, Gia got to go. She's talking nonsense. Hey, anybody from MAGA, I'm gonna just let you know now. Usually, I try to debate and combat with you, but I'm not going to do it because it's not going to work. You guys are part of the cult. You are part of the Jim Jones cult times 10, and that's Donald Trump and the Epstein files. This is an Epstein war. You talk your shit in here, you're gonna get out of here, and you go somewhere else. Go to X, where there's a whole bunch of propaganda that you like. Dial 65, PDF protector. Everybody posts Dial 65 as a PDF protector. PDF protector. Hey, Sid Life, I'm sorry, man. I'm no longer going to take the high road with individuals that voted against their own will and voted against the demise of American society. I'm not going to do it. I mean, I appreciate you letting me know, but no, I'm not. I'm going to throw the insults because they need to be insulted. MAGA individuals are pieces of shit. Oh, yeah. My bad. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. MAGA individuals are pieces of shit. And anybody that continues to support Trump and the administration are pieces of shit, and they don't care about other people like I do. I am the person that will say hello to my neighbor, no matter what color they are, or no matter what language they speak. I am the person that you can come to my door, and if you need something from me, I will say, hey, if I got it, I'm going to help you out with it. But we have these racist people, these racist individuals who they just, when it affects them, that's when it's a problem. And that's what I have a problem with. Eddie, hey, Eddie, I appreciate you commenting on that. Get off. Because, I mean, you're watching for a reason, right? But yeah, Kristi Noem and Corey Lewandowski are swingers. Kristi Noem got fired. I don't want to hear that, oh no, she didn't get fired. She got fired from DHS secretary. So she got fired. Mark Wayne Mullen, the super idiot of idiots who said that we were in war, is now part of the DHS. He's the secretary of the DHS or whatever, the head. Mark Wayne Mullen. This dude is an idiot out of Oklahoma. Shout out to all my Oklahoma individuals. I'm sorry for you guys. I'm sorry for any of the Republican representatives from Florida, like Rick Scott. But I'm sorry for you guys over there in Oklahoma. Mark Wayne Mullen, who got his associate's degree in technology of construction or something like that. Associate's degree. This dude is now part or head of the DHS. And he is dumb as a box of rocks. I remember when he was getting ready, when he was going to fight with Sean O'Brien. And Sean would have probably beat the brakes off of him. Sean would have probably beat the brakes off of this dude. You want to go? Come on, let's go. Listen, if Mark Wayne Mullen said that to me, oh, I'd have been put in handcuffs because I would have just been sitting there with the microphone on my face. Right when Mark Wayne Mullen got up, I'd have ran over to him like I was playing football again, and I'd have gave him several of these, and then I don't know, they might have they might have shot my black ass because I would have been beating the brakes off of Mark Wayne Mullen right there where he stood when he said, let's go. Because if you want to talk about it, we can be about it. It wasn't going to be no, let's take this outside. I would have showed no decorum on that day, just like Sean O'Brien should have did. Sean O'Brien should have did the same thing. But, you know, hey, politicians can always talk it. But who brings it? That's what I say. All right, Team USA. Team USA women's. Congratulations to all the women from Team USA. They won the gold. You know, they did not show up to Donald Trump's State of the Union speech where he talked for almost 2 hours or whatever and sundown and made no kind of, you know, a lot of rumbling, bumbling, babbling. And I can't stand when Trump says something that is very like, if you don't stand, you don't love America. And the Republican Congress, USA, USA. And you see the Democrats not standing because this is not a gotcha moment. You're not going to get me with, if you don't stand, you don't love this country. Bullshit. I don't have to stand to love this country. I love this country because I think that this country could be great if we didn't have the bigotry. This country could be great if we had universal health care. This country could be great if we had, you know, free child care assistance for parents, single parents, parents that have to work. Our country could be great if there was free university, you know, free community college. This country could be great if we didn't have to spend so much money at the grocery store to where we had to figure out if we're going to eat or if we're going to have to portion it out with our children in the household. This country is the richest country in the world, yet there's going to be 14, 15 million people kicked off of Medicaid in the next 10 years. By 2030, all hell's going to break loose. And then guess what? Republicans are going to be like, well, it wasn't us that it happened under Democrat rule. And then people are going to forget that this actually took place with that big ass ugly bill that the Republicans passed. I'm not going to forget. And I hope that you guys don't forget either. I hope that you guys pay attention to the things that are coming down the pipeline in regards to this huge tax break for the corporations and the billionaires that affects our pockets in 2028. I hope you guys think about that later this year, come midterms, that the things that are taking place in this country is because of Republican rule. The things that are going on right now in the United States and around the world is because of the United States. Shout out to the women's USA team. I get a big FU to the USA men's team and those men who went to the State of the Union. And I heard that they got, I heard their dinner was McDonald's burgers. Big middle finger to those from the USA men's hockey team. Big middle finger to them. With little Cash Patel celebrating. Cash Patel used our tax dollars flying the jet that he talked about Christopher Wray shouldn't be doing back in what, 2017 or somewhere around that time frame, and flew his ass over to Milan, Italy, and celebrated like a weak ass frat boy with the United States team drinking those beers. And then they was trying to hide it and cover it up and all that kind of stuff. Cash Patel, you can't tell if he's looking straight, one eye is going this way, the other eye is veering off like this. No offense to anybody who may have issues with their eyes, but I'm going to continue to go low. Real talk. I'm going to continue to go low. And if you like what you heard, subscribe to the channel and give me some thumbs ups too. Now, before I get into this next thing, I want you guys to hang on with me so I can check on my son and make sure he gets up, because we have a birthday party to go to. So hang on for me for about a few minutes here. I got to get him up because he will sleep. I used to be the same way. He's going to sleep until deep into the afternoon, like 1, 2 o'clock. But I did the same thing. Ascending. Hey, yeah. I mean, I love who I am. I don't care what you say about me because that doesn't hurt me. All the name calling shit. I played football. I didn't have no problems with being called name calling because I have thick skin. I am not a weak beta like you are. We have a lot of betas in this world, and a lot of the betas are MAGAs. They are beta cucks. Beta cucks. Landon, yeah, you got to go because my son is very intelligent. Piece of shit. Goodbye. Bye, Landon. Let me just say this before I go get my son up, because being a boy, my oldest son did the same thing. I did the same thing too. I sleep in. That's what I did because you stay up late because it's the weekend. And I'm pretty sure that Landon, the piece of shit that said that my son's trying to challenge my son's intelligence when he's an AB honor roll kid, don't you fucking challenge my son's intelligence. That's it. I am a nice guy. Trust me. I am a nice guy. I love people. But when you talk about or you come after my family, it's on and popping. Don't talk about my kids or my wife or my family, because I'll put you down so fast you wouldn't even be able to blink or sneeze or even swallow the sweat in your mouth. And I'll keep it real with that. I am not one shy away. I am not shy about, if you got to challenge me, I'll accept that challenge. But if you talk about my family, you can get fucked up. For real. I'll be back, guys. I'll be back. Ascending. Did you kidnap your wife? And you didn't even put "and" right. You got one more time. You're gonna be kicked out of here. But try to spell it correctly too, because you're missing something here. And no, while I am not Donald Trump. I'm not going to kidnap anybody. I'm not going to be buddy with people like people that rode on the Epstein Island in Lolita Express. I'll be right back, guys. Hang on for me here. Give me a few moments so I can get my son up. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel just yet, because I got a few more things to talk about, subscribe to the channel. What are you waiting on? But give me a minute. I'll be right back. All right, man, I'm back. Yeah, Ascendant's gonna get kicked out of here too because I don't get time for it. Like I said, and I'm gonna go low. You reach a breaking point in life where you can no longer take the high road. You no longer can take the high road. I know that Michelle Obama and individuals talk about taking the high road and my friend across the aisle. No, we are well past that stage. We are well past that stage, and I can no longer take the high road with individuals. I'm gonna stay to myself, but if I need to go low because that person went low, oh man, I'm going very low. I'm going very low because we got PDF file protectors that continue to move the goalposts. They wanted the Epstein files released. And Pam Bondi and the DOJ have been doing everything, and the Republican Party have been doing everything to cover it up, deleting files. Um, they're taking stuff out in the files. They're redacting things that don't need to be redacted, and they're unredacting things that need to be redacted, like the innocent women who were violated. Donald Trump and his cronies are covering things up. Joyce G67, hello, hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. So let's talk about everybody. Listen, James Tallarico and Jasmine Crockett, the Senate race. We already know that Texas is doing nefarious things to try to suppress the vote. And my sentiments on Jasmine Crockett losing, there are so many different things that took place, so many different pieces of information that I received. Jasmine Crockett, to me, was the better candidate. But being the better candidate doesn't mean that you're not supposed to do the work. I love Jasmine Crockett. She is a firebrand for the Democratic Party, the good side of the aisle. She's a firebrand, compassionate, very eloquent, vocal. She gets the bleach blonde, bad built, butch body. She was the one that said that. Jasmine Crockett is an amazing, beautiful Black woman who defended the American people and the Texans, her constituents. She talked about the genocide. She talked about her disdain for the Trump administration. And we need individuals that's going to stand on that. One thing that I heard Jasmine Crockett did not do, and I understand, not everybody is going to follow like a consistent process when it comes to trying to get individuals to vote for them. But there was, James Tallarico had 20-something million dollars into his campaign. James Tallarico ran ads. James Tallarico was boots on the ground with the constituents, especially the Latino community. Jasmine, from what I understand, is she didn't go to those smaller counties to campaign. She didn't go to the smaller counties to campaign to the Latino community to get them to say, hey, Jasmine Crockett is the person that I want to choose. She didn't go to those counties, airing ads. I heard James Tallarico was airing ads in Spanish about his promise and what he's campaigning on, whereas Jasmine Crockett didn't. And that's important when it comes to getting people to connect with you, getting people to vote for you. Money is a very important thing. Money is a huge thing when it comes to donate, the finances and being able to do specific things. James Tallarico, generated almost 3 times the campaign funds that Jasmine did. Now, with that being said, I'm just praying that James Tallarico does not become a John Fetterman for the state of Texas. I hope that James Appalachian Rattlesnake Get the hell off of here. Get off of here. James receives money or has received money from Miriam Adelson. And if you don't know who Miriam Adelson is, this is Sheldon Adelson's wife, who they have donated millions, hundreds of millions of dollars to the Republican Party and to the Trump campaign because they wanted the embassy in Israel moved over to, I think it was Jerusalem or something like that. Miriam Adelson is close proximity to Bibi Netanyahu. Close proximity. And that's why you see these things that are taking place in Gaza, because of money. The reason why James Tallarico is a alarming candidate is because how much money is he getting from AIPAC, where he may be deciding on continue to fund the genocide in Israel? How much money is he going to get for continue to build casinos in Texas? Because he actually was part of a PAC group where they were trying to propose some more, construction for casinos in Texas. And, you know, a man of faith, you would think that gambling is bad, right? You know, that's something that alarms me with Tallarico. He says all the great buzzwords. He's a Christian white man. He talks the Bible. He's a great debater when it comes to it. However, I don't know about the whole trusting when you have Israel money backing you. So you can't say specific things that you want to say about it's not real. You can't say anything bad about what's taking place with the Palestinian people in Palestine. That is alarming to me. John Fetterman, and I don't want to discredit him having a brain injury from a stroke. John Fetterman is in the bag for Israel, who continues to vote with the Republican Party, like this War Powers Resolution bill. John Fetterman said no on having a War Powers Resolution bill to rein in Trump's terror that's causing issues with the Strait of Hormuz, that's causing issues with boots on the ground in Iran. That's what John Fetterman did. I heard that Mark Kelly did too. I also heard that Jared Moskowitz, who represents the state of Florida, who did the same thing, in which there was some other things that I have an issue with Jared Moskowitz in regards to voting for additional aid to Israel. He's going to get a nice phone call from me as a Florida constituent, someone that he represents for the state of Florida. We have to call these politicians out. I don't care if they're a Democrat or Republican politician. We need to call them out because they are on the incorrect side of history when it comes to when it's all said and done. We shouldn't be funding any additional aid to Israel to allow them to continue with these wars with other countries. And we need to rein in Trump's terror because they're already talking about Turkey. And Israel's talking about Turkey and shit like Israel's the next Iran, whatever. These politicians who are receiving AIPAC money need to go. And I'm keeping my tallies up too. I'm keeping my tallies up with that because I want the representatives to represent what I want, not what they want, and not what those big donors are giving them. James Tallarico did ads that were in Spanish, and that gravitated to the Latino community. We already know that the white constituents in Texas were going to go for the Christian white man. They were going to go for the Christian white man because that's what they feel comfortable with. They don't want an angry, loud black woman, which she is not an angry and loud black woman for no reason. She is upset about things that are taking place with her Texans. Jasmine Crockett is upset with the things that are taking place with this Trump administration. She's upset with a lot of things. So she is using her educated vocal voice in regards to that. And the thing that I have a problem with individuals is that when a black woman is upset about something and something that she has a validation to be upset for, they think she's an angry black woman and she's all in her feelings. Bullshit. She is not all in her feelings. She is explaining to the people the issues at play. For this woman to be, Jasmine Crockett was getting targets from leftists, left-leaning individuals, channels, podcasters. She was getting targeted as the villain. And James Tallarico, in my opinion, was being put on a pedestal. Taco Velez, what's up, buddy? What's up to you? She was getting all kind of heat about, oh, well, she takes money from Israel and AIPAC and everything, when that wasn't even the fucking case. There was maybe individuals that were part of AIPAC that donated to her individually, but not in the name of AIPAC. That's why we need to get AIPAC out of it. Just get them out of it. No person that we vote for, we need to verify this, gets voted into office that takes money from AIPAC. Or anyone who has a correlation or connection to Israel, with Miriam Adelson, Larry Ellison. None of them. Babas. None of them should take any money. Okay, let's change subjects here. Man, when you talk so much, you get hoarse. You know what I'm saying? It just happens, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Give me some likes if you are new to the channel here. If you don't like what you hear, just get off. I don't care. I'm not going to lose any sleep. I'm not going to lose any sleep at all. Listen, somebody comment on here, Birth Lamas, whatever the hell their name is. I am a great father. Listen, I have two amazing boys. They love me unconditionally. I am a wonderful father. They call me for anything. They answer for anything. You know, I'm going to give them the best advice as possible, but I don't need to defend myself because my wife knows what type of father I am. Yes, I have been married to my wife for 16 years. And yes, this is a father and mother home. So if I don't care what you say, that don't hurt me. See, people think that these things hurt me. You know, they wouldn't say that shit to my face. They wouldn't, because they'll see how I treat my kids and how I love my kids and how they are young, educated, and respectful to other people. But yeah, no, I'm not spreading hate there, but I'm not going to talk to you, dude. You going somewhere, because I'm not spreading hate because I see the things that are going on in my country. Anyways, hey, tell me this, guys. Gas prices have shot up because there were bombings and attacks from the Houthi at the Strait of Hormuz. Iran is attacking oil tankers at the Strait of Hormuz. And I was watching Mr. Global, who was talking about the impact that it's going to take, or the impact that it's going to have. It's going to be a trickle down. See, so once Iran, however you want to call it, continues to attack these tankers, they're not going to be able to send crude oil to other countries like Dubai or Saudi Arabia or, excuse me, oh man, they're not going to be able to send crude oil there, which is going to raise the prices of barrels. The price of the barrel right now is $90 per barrel now, and it's going to continue to increase. And that's going to cause an issue with transportation and logistics with truckers that's trying to bring food products to places, with truckers trying to bring gas to gas stations. This is a major issue in that other countries like Saudi Arabia is upset with the United States and the stuff that's taking place, and the United Arab Emirates that are upset, saying that this is the United States' fault. This is the United States' fault. And they are upset right now because their infrastructure is crumbling because they're not able to get the crude oil. They're not able to get it. So the United States just opened up a can of worms that this war, non-war, whatever it is, this particular thing that's taking place on behalf of Israel, in my opinion, on behalf of Israel, is causing a lot of issues and interruptions and disruption in other countries. You know that there are American citizens that are trapped in other countries, U.S. citizens that don't have a way out. So much for this country being American first, America first. And we have U.S. citizens who decided, I don't even know why they're going out of the country with this administration right now, that are trapped in other countries, that are having to bunker because of the stuff that's taking place. And Donald Trump says, oh, we've won, we've annihilated, and all this BS crap. Yeah. I'm just, it's very frustrating, guys. And that's why I'm pissed on this Saturday. But let me tell you this. The February jobs report came out and it is not looking good. I'm going to be posting a short video from my guy, Brian from Clear Value Tax. It is not good. The Trump administration lost, and this is going to be, it's probably going to be even worse when we get the revised numbers. There are 92,000 jobs that was lost in February. We are in the worst state as a country when it comes to job creation. 92,000. So I want to talk about this, guys. How is everybody doing work-wise? And be honest with me. The Iranian people are not cheering. Nope, that is incorrect. Let me just go on this here. The Iranian people are pissed off as well. You have, of course, you're going to have some people celebrate, but they know that there's a lot of chaos taking place in Iran. And those people, the younger generation that see or heard their brother or sister lose their life because of Israel or the United States, that's just going to radicalize them even more, saying that the United States took out my sisters, my mother. The Iranian people are not celebrating. They are not revolting. If you see anything, the Iranian people are not even taking over when it comes to it because the regime changes already happened. You killed one Ayatollah. The United States and Israel took out one Ayatollah Khomeini, and they just moved the son into his place. Now, that wasn't regime change. That was just a transition from the father to the son. And the first Ayatollah Khomeini was 80-something years old. And I don't even know how old his son is. His son could be 40-something. I don't know. But what the United States and Israel did just radicalized them even more. And the Iranian government said that they're not conceding to anything. They're not conceding to anything. But let me know this. Let me know work-wise. Are you happy? Like, are you okay with your job? Do you feel like the money you get paid to the bills that you have, are you okay? Are you doing okay? Do you have a job? I just want to know. I just want to know if, because the employee sentiment is very low in many sectors of the workforce. The employee sentiment, a lot of people hate their job and they are staying with their job because they can't find something else. Goodbye. I'm just going, like I said, if I see some nonsense on here, I'm just going to kick your ass off. I'm just going to kick you out. You're going to just got to go. But everybody, how's everybody doing financially? You know, everything good? The United States, I've had to pay, my family and I has paid at least $1,000, $1,200 more last year for essentials than we did when Biden was in office. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll see, Doug. We'll see if the sun's going to live for a couple more days. Yep, Joyce. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You see, Barron Trump isn't suiting up to go fight. You see, Howard Lucknick's boys aren't suiting up to go fight. Bartholomew's stuff is higher now since Trump got into office. Inflation increased across the board by half, 50%, and a lot of the essentials that we have increased because of Trump and his tariffs. So please listen. I'm not even gonna say please. You talk nonsense on here, you post your nonsense comment, I'm gonna kick your ass out because you're lying. You're lying. Inflation was cooling under Biden, and when Biden left, inflation was actually, I think, what was it, 1.9 or 2.3%, and then it's going back up. Inflation's ticking up. Inflation's ticking up. They're going up, 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 up. Prices are going up, as well as the gas. You see, 92,000 jobs have been lost in February. And this is before the revised review. See, that's why the Trump administration didn't want people. They didn't want these reports going out. They wanted to hide everything. They wanted to wreck everything. While they wreck everything, they hide as well. Goodbye, Bear on Mass, whatever your name is. Yeah. You Democrat plantation staffers. Catwalk. What are we on plantation for? Huh? I'm not on no plantation. I am not beholden to the Democrats. When I come on my channel, if you see my videos, I challenge Democrats and Republicans. But anyways, let me talk about this. Have you guys ever heard of workforce management? Have you guys ever heard of workforce management? Catwalk, what country you from? Anyways, let me talk about workforce management. Workforce management is like the time police, okay? So in corporate America now, that's why Trump wanted to privatize everything when it comes to corporations, right? Because listen, even in my line of work, in my job that I do, there are some things that I do not like. I can't stand it. We can't get overtime. Anytime we work over, we have to take that time and add it to our lunch the next day. The workforce management team, they monitor your every move. Like if you go off a line for a second, let's say you got to go use the bathroom. If you're gone for too long, they're going to tell your supervisor. If you go past, like, let's say your lunch is at 1 o'clock and you're on a phone call, because I work in customer service, and you're on a phone call with workforce management, you start losing your adherence points. So if you go over your lunch, you're stuck on a phone call, it's 1 o'clock, and you're supposed to take your lunch. If you go over your lunch time frame, you start losing adherence points. If you have to make a call to a customer, you lose adherence points in regards to it. And so the workforce management team, who I can't stand it. I can't stand it whatsoever. They will sit there and they will tell your supervisor, oh, he went over his lunch. Oh, he's 20 minutes over his work day. He needs to take that on his lunch. So the team, the supervisors have to force you. Well, they have to tell you, hey, you're 20 minutes over your 40-hour work week. You need to take an extra 20-minute lunch break, or you need to take extra 20 minutes for your lunch break. That's what corporate America does to Americans. They want to workforce management and everybody else. They don't want you to get overtime. So, you remember that whole no tax on overtime, no tax on tips. When you privatize companies, which that's what's happening, they can control if you work 40 plus hours. And, you don't get overtime. So how are you supposed to make the extra money when you're forced to work over on a particular day? You don't get overtime. That's what they do. Corporate America, I don't know very many places now, unless you're only getting paid $12 or $13 an hour or $15 an hour, that's going to give you overtime. And then what they do now with some of these corporations is they don't give you time and a half for over 40 hours. They call it straight time. So you invest your time. You invest your time to work for a company, you work over for that company, and then you don't get compensated for the thank you for coming in and working over 40 hours. Now, I am complaining about this because millions of Americans has this type of issue where they're breaking their backs to the bone, and then they don't get compensated with the thank you, you know what I'm saying, with overtime. My last job that I worked at, I loved it. Unfortunately, it was a government job. And within the government job, it was left to the states on if they decided they wanted to keep that particular branch in their state. And of course, I live in Florida, so you know how it is in Florida. They didn't like anything Biden was doing to help the American people. And so they didn't sign a contract for Floridians to continue to maintain their governmental job here in the state of Florida. Thank you, Ron DeSantis, you piece of shit. Anyways, so what corporate America is doing is they're paying their employees less, like the red states who love to only have the minimum wage at $7.25. And then they make them work to the bone to where you are forced to get a second job. And you know what happens when you have to get a second job and you have a family? Because we're supposed to be family oriented in the United States, right? Is that what the Christian evangelicals talk about? I'm a Christian here as well, but my Christianity, my Christian faith that I have is totally different than a MAGA Christian. A MAGA Christian imposes hate and bigotry over the world and country, thinking that everybody needs to assimilate and be Christian nationalists. My Christianity is that I love people no matter where you come from, no matter what creed, age, color you are, no matter what language you speak. As long as you're a good person, I respect you and love you. And I'll preach the word in the gospel to you. And I will say, hey, you can listen to it or not. That's why we have many more people transitioning to atheists. They're being atheists because they see these false Christians and fake Christians out here preaching the word in the Bible, yet they're not implementing that in the United States. They're not implementing that Christianity faith in the United States. And so with my progressive mind way of thinking, because I am more progressive than I am a liberal or leftist. And I displayed that when I was a manager, a distribution manager. I displayed that when I was a supervisor. I displayed that when I control who gets paid and how much they get paid. And I controlled in regards to their time off that they want to request. Because I've been in human resources before. I've actually, blessed individuals and employees of mine who did great work. I went above and beyond to make sure that they get the highest raise that they could. Because I wanted to make sure that they were taken care of financially. I can't believe the pay rate in America. In Australia, our average pay rate is around $35 per hour with heaps of overtime. Yeah, this is what the American corporate or capitalization structure is that these millionaires and billionaires, these corporate owners, these CEOs, these CFOs, the top gets paid the highest amount of money, whereas the bottom gets the crumbs. And that's why the minimum average, the minimum wage here in a lot of the red states is still $7.25. Where the inflation is so high right now, $7.25 an hour, you are forced to work another job. But there's no jobs out here. There are no jobs out here for you to get that you're going to be financially capable of handling your bills, your car payment, your life insurance, your health insurance. And a lot of people don't have life insurance in the United States. There are millions of people that don't even have life insurance in the United States. Millions of people don't have health insurance. Millions of people does not have health insurance. Tammy Pierce. I want to know this, Tammy Pierce. You know what Biden did for us here in the United States? I'm pretty sure a lot of people can go ahead and impose that. He created jobs in the United States. Joe Biden, as well as getting us through a pandemic that Donald Trump botched. One minute he says to get the COVID-19 shot, even though he did get the COVID-19 shot. And a lot of the people that work in his administration at that time got the COVID-19 shot. He told you not to get it. How about Biden proposing the Chips and Science Act and to take the chips from other countries like South Korea and bring those distribution plants here to America? How about the Build Back Better Act, where we actually got infrastructure working and building, where we got windmills that were being created here, like in Colorado, where Donald Trump just decided that they were no longer going to fund that. So there was a lot of job loss when it comes to it. So Tammy Pierce, you can continue to be blind to the fact that Joe Biden is he's a way better president than Donald Trump is. Obama, 10 times better than Donald Trump is. But y'all are some haters. Some people are some haters. They don't like the fact that Donald Trump, and this is where the goalpost keeps moving at, Donald Trump has caused for over 1 million people to lose their jobs in 1 year under his administration. And we can't just say these were government jobs. There was 330,000 government jobs lost. 700 and let's say 700,000 other private sector jobs were lost. Tammy, do you support a pedophile? Let's go back to this job thing here. So in the state of Florida, it gets hot in the summertime. And you know, of course, we used to have a lot of construction workers outside. Since Donald Trump's Donald Trump's deportations and all this kind of stuff, a lot of these construction workers are struggling in regards to getting workers. Did you know back in 2024, Republican governor of the state of Florida decided that there were no longer going to be breaks for construction workers? That they couldn't get like a water break or a 10-minute water break or something like that, because the construction workers who overwhelmingly voted for Donald Trump, I don't know why they continue to vote for very terrible challenges for them. They were okay with that because they want their construction workers to work to the bone. They want them to fall out while they're putting shingles on a roof because it's so hot outside. When it gets hot and humid in Florida, it can be 110 degrees outside with the humidity. And we have people, and the construction workers can't work in shorts. They have to work in them jeans. They have their little construction boots on. They have their construction hat. They have their little yellow vest on and maybe a long sleeve shirt, working in the heat. That's what Republicans do. Republicans want Americans to work until they die while they take all our money and spend it lavishly. Last year, the Republicans took, I think it was like 130 days off because they didn't want to propose. They had bills in place to where they didn't want us to vote on the bill. They shut down the government. Donald Trump has the longest times of shutting down the government, and we lose billions of dollars when they do that. The taxpayer has to pay for government shutdowns. The taxpayers are paying for those 4 jets, American jets, that's crashed in Iran and other countries outside of the United States. $20 million. I think those jets were $20 or $30 million a piece that crashed. Our ballistic missiles that we're shooting at Iran, our ballistic missiles that we attacked the fishermen in the Mediterranean. That's costing us our tax dollars. That's costing us money. That's costing our tax dollars money. That's what Donald Trump is doing. He's spending American taxpayers' money, and we are struggling to pay our bills. We are struggling to pay our bills. And we have the MAGA nuts. And I'm going to talk about that here momentarily. But if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. These people, and I'm talking about MAGA, are the dumbest, low IQ, bigoted, ignorant, uneducated people. I threw out a lot of adjectives right there. And it's all about intelligence, right? They are very, very ignorant. And they don't pay attention to politics. They watch Fox News, and it will be concocted this particular type of narrative that sounds so good, and they will run with that. Oh, Donald Trump, we are destroying and demolishing Iran. They are being completely obliterated. But then we hear about Iran hitting a U.S. oil tanker the other day, and a soldier lost their life. A Navy soldier lost their life while defending an oil tanker. How is that being obliterated? And you know who is really going to make the money from this illegal war? Are the oil corporations, because guess what they've just done? They've jacked up the prices of oil. Gas is being increased by the days. Like I said, Tuesday it was $2.89, and then Friday gas shot up to $3.51 for unleaded gas. You know why Donald Trump and BB are wreaking havoc? To cover up the Epstein files, baby. Let's say it. Release the Epstein files. Stop hiding the information in the Epstein files and hold every single person accountable. Hold every person accountable, including the President of the United States. Orange Tangerine dictator, who is not looking good, by the way. I was watching a clip from the Midas Touch, and they were talking about Trump going over on Iran and talking about how they were very close to having nuclear weapons and all that, which should have been, like he said, supposedly it was obliterated 4 or 5 months ago. This dude's face looked like a rubber, you know, those little orange footballs, those rubber orange footballs. His skin just looked like that rubber orange football. Like literally, the man, and I suppose he's got something on his neck. This man's health is not good. In my opinion, I don't know. It could be this year. It could be next year. Hopefully, you know, his health is not good. He's looking like a hamburglar. Release the Epstein files. That's all I got to say. Anyways, yeah. Can somebody tell me? Tammy, I think you are very uneducated. I'll be nice nasty to you. Tammy is uneducated. I wonder what country you live in, Tammy. Where are you from? What state do you live in, Tammy? What state do you live in? Happy Mac. Yeah, so see, that's why people don't pay attention. Biden administration, it was still sealed and under investigation for Ghislaine. That's why it was not released. Ghislaine Maxwell, or Ghislaine, however you say her name, Ghislaine Maxwell, Biden couldn't release the files, but we're not even going to talk about that because you guys always project back to Biden. Like every issue is Biden's fault when Donald Trump campaigned on releasing the Epstein files. So Happy Mac, I mean, you're part of the cult, I presume, because it always goes back to Biden. Can you man up? Can you stop being a beta and say that Donald Trump lied to you and it is Donald Trump's fault? Catwalk, we all from I-4. Good for you. I-4 meaning Orlando, Kissimmee, Winter Haven. What part of I-4 are you from? I know those parts very well. I'm up in Orlando. I'm down in Orlando, left and right. But anyways, Tammy, what part of the U.S. you live in? Because I don't believe it. I don't believe you live in the U.S. Let me know what state you are from, Tammy, because you don't sound, your typing, your information don't seem correct. The math ain't math. It ain't adding up, my friend. Well, you're not even my friend. You're probably more of an enemy than a friend to me, especially if you support Trump with your propaganda. Oh, none of my business. Tammy, you want to tell me where you're at? What state are you in? I'm not trying to ask for your address. I just want to know what state you're in, Tammy. What state are you in? Go ahead and Google map something or type in Google some type of city or state that you want to call yourself from, and I'll give you a little bit of history and information about that state. Oh, she's in Florida with me. Oh, she must have been born in Florida. Tammy is in Florida. So tell me this, Tammy, how you liking those gas prices that gone up in Florida? Huh? Do you like Ron DeSantis? Pudding figure Ron? Do you like the fact that there are still people missing from Alligator Alcatraz? Huh? Did you go and celebrate at Mar-a-Lago when Trump himself had undocumented immigrants there? Hmm? What part of what? I hope you still have your home. Oh, you have property in Florida. Oh, good for you. Where are you from? Where are you originally from? You have property in Florida, but you're not from Florida. Where are you from? Catwalk. You know what? I'm gonna tell you this. I didn't say all of Florida's hurting. There are cities that are doing okay, and these are the big cities. These are Jacksonville, that's doing pretty good. Orlando's doing okay, but I heard that their housing prices and everything are very high there. Tampa's doing okay, but a lot of people are losing their homes because they can't afford their mortgage now. Miami's doing bad. Miami's doing very bad because there are a lot of Latino people who are very upset, from the Venezuelans to the Cubans to the who else? Ecuadorians in Miami that are not doing good, and that's why you see that they are more and more siding with the Democrats now. Big cities are doing okay. Big cities in a state will do okay because they have the production, they have more businesses and so forth. But there are a lot of small counties in Florida where individuals are suffering because their primary care physician decided that they were leaving, or that hospital just closed because they're no longer receiving funding from the Trump administration. Florida is only doing good in the bigger cities, but the rest of Florida is suffering. And that's why you've been seeing Democrats winning in special elections that Republicans have had control for a very long time. That's why you're seeing individuals in town halls that are being very upset because the Republicans lied to them. Like I said, I love Florida, but I don't like its politics. Anyways, I got to get my son to a birthday party here pretty soon. I got to iron our clothes. So I'm about to get ready to close with this. MAGA, all those that support Trump and you're upset or you're wanting to come, you just are completely done with Trump. You're completely done with Trump. He's lied to you over and over again. Please don't put yourself on the camera crying and upset because Trump lied to you. I don't want to hear it. Just like one of my favorite musical artists said, save your tears for another day. Save your tears for another day. I can't sing. My dad could sing. He used to sing back in Chicago, Illinois. He used to, Papa was a Rolling Stone, but save your tears. I don't want to hear from MAGA saying that they're not being accepted by people on the left. People, Democrats, whoever, are not accepting them. I'm not going to accept you, because if you voted 3 times for Trump and you didn't learn your lesson from the first time you voted for him, there's nothing that I can appreciate with you, because this was 3 times that you voted for Trump. And Trump has not made the economy better. Trump is losing jobs relentlessly. Trump is lying to your faces. He's doing all of those things. Every single thing. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to see your tears. Save your tears, because you voted for this. You didn't care about little Leanne that ICE used in Minnesota to deport. You didn't care about Alex Preddy and Keith Porter and Renee Good and them being killed from the ICE Gestapo that Trump and Kristi Noem and Tom Homan put out in the streets. You didn't care about the unemployment percentage skyrocketing for Black people. It's all the way up to 8.4% from 2025. You didn't care enough for the individuals and the victims from the Epstein files. You didn't care about that. So I don't want to hear your tears. I don't want to hear you crying. I don't want to hear anybody saying they regret their vote, because guess what? You'll probably do it again anyways, because of your bigotry, your hatred, your selfishness. You would. But I'm going to end with this. Thank you guys for watching. Whoever, subscribe to the channel. This is an I'm Pissed Saturday, and I will be doing more. Be on the lookout for a video later today. I have a video that I'm going to be doing, and it has my guy, Brian. His name is Brian. He's from Clear Value Tax. Please check him out. He is talking about the jobs numbers and the breakdown on the losses of the jobs. But anyways, if you like what you heard, subscribe to the channel, man, for real. I love everybody who cares about democracy and who cares about people and who cares about the truth and not caring about, who cares about the truth instead of paying attention to True Social and the fake information that Trump posts out there. We gotta continue speaking up, guys. But I'm out of here. Take care of yourself. Peace and love.